We have 10 minutes or 10 seconds till it's 6 o'clock. So I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and the flag ceremony. I do want to let you know that Girl Scout Troop 717 is doing the flag ceremony for us tonight. These ladies have been together since kindergarten, all through elementary school, middle school, high school. They've all been together. We had a short video, but due to some complications, we're unable to show that 20-second video. But the girls in this troop that will be performing this tonight for us are Amelia or Melly Blumhoff, Sophia Martins, Riley Norville, and Sophie Wagner and Hannah Thompson are also in this troop, but they're unable to make it tonight due to a golf tournament. So I hope you guys will join me in well wishes for these girls as they have come to the end of their Girl Scout journey in Yukon Public Schools from K to 12. Ladies, we have these young ladies to do this, so I'm turning it over to you.
Girl Scouts, attention. Color Guard, advance. Color Guard, post the colors. Color Guard, honor your flag. Please join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And our invocation to,
Color Guard dismissed.
okay, I'm sorry. We're not used to having guests do this anymore. Our invocation tonight is provided by Pastor George Samcuddy, who is from New Life Assembly.
Let's close our eyes. Lord Jesus, we thank you for this time together in this Yukon School Board special meeting, oh God. We ask your blessing upon this gathering and all the school board members, oh God. We thank you for another academic year is ending this month. We ask your protection and provision continuously upon our students, teachers, and all the administrators, all those support staff, oh God. We also pray for a safe gathering at the graduation ceremony and the rest of the year, all the events happening, oh God. And we also place this gathering and all the agenda and all the plans here, oh God. We love you, Master. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. We will call this meeting to order. May we have roll call, please?
Absolutely. Mr. Weidheimer. Mrs. Cannon.
Here.
Mr. Colson.
Here.
Mr. Sanders.
Here.
Mr. Wallace.
Here. That was hot. That was very loud.
I need an agenda. Thank you. Didn't get it up on my computer. Number 3 is not on the agenda.
Number 3, organization of the board and the oath of office.
Yeah.
3A is vote to elect
Oh,
board
okay.
president.
I must have had the wrong agenda. All righty, well, let's do that.
I make a motion that we elect Cody Sanders for board president.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second?
Okay, vote please.
Mr. Wallace.
Yes.
Mr. Sanders.
Yes.
Mr. Colson.
Yes.
Mrs. Cannon.
Yes. Vote to elect board vice president. Do we have a nomination?
Make a motion, we elect Jeff Beheimer as vice president.
Second?
Second.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Sanders.
Yes.
Mr. Colson.
Yes.
Mrs. Cannon.
Yes. Okay, a nomination for board clerk.
Make a motion that we elect Mr. Wells as board clerk.
Okay. Second,
Second.
vote please.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mr. Colson?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mrs. Cannon?
Yes. A nomination to elect our board deputy clerk. A nomination, please.
Make a motion that we elect Suzanne Cannon as deputy clerk.
Okay, is there a second?
Second?
Vote please.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mr. Colson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cannon?
Yes. Vote to elect the board member. Nomination.
I move that we elect Brian Colson as member.
Second.
I'll second that.
Vote please.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Colson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cannon?
Yes. Okay, do you want to change seats now or after we have our oath of
We
office?
can go ahead and run our oath. and then-
Oath of office is fine with me.
Now? What do you want to do, Cody?
Please.
He wants to pass out the oath of office.
No, I'm just taking
Okay,
mine.
we'll do that first. Thank you.
You stand in for Jeff.
I'm sorry?
You stand in for Jeff.
Should we read these together?
I think that's right.
Ready?
Yeah.
I state your name.
I,
Sanders Wells,
Declare under oath faithfully perform
faithfully perform the duties of
Yukon School Board's education to the best of my ability.
my ability and I will faithfully
Perform said office and obey Constitution and laws of the United States of Oklahoma. Everybody understood that, right?
breathing in unison.
oh,
I
I
guess.
think that was really good. Okay, now we're all going to shuffle, so hang with us just a minute. I could read them first, but I don't think it matches your outfit.
Jeff, no, I just stay right where I'm at, I guess.
All right, everybody have a seat. All right, can we have a roll call now reflecting the new board positions?
Absolutely. Mr. Behammer is still absent. Mrs. Cannon?
Here,
Mr. Colson?
Here.
Mr. Sanders?
Here.
Mr. Wells?
Here.
All right, moving on to item 4. Simmeroff, what do you got for us?
We have a well-attended board meeting, which means we have other people to celebrate other than us, apparently. So we're gonna throw, man, these things are hot, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, all right, so we're gonna start off by just a couple recognitions, and I don't think any of these people are here, but I know there's some here. So this year we had a historic effort by our combo jazz band, and from what I understand, it is the first time that it ever received, any group ever received a perfect score, correct, Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Of a 100. That's the first time that this group is anybody here from that group? Just checking, make sure. They were going to play, but then we rescheduled. So that resulted in a state championship for them as well. We also had the Winter Guard, and I got to make sure I say this correctly because I had it written down wrong. They placed 6th in regional and 13th nationally, which is the highest ranking they've ever accomplished as a Yukon school district. I just thought it was pretty cool the last week, in spite of the rain and going on to different fields. Our girls soccer, and if you know this or not, made the semifinals of state last year. And I don't know the last time they made it that far. Brian, do you remember? Does anybody remember any of the old Yukon people here?
Mr. Garrett can tell us. It was the first we made it.
Ever. That's what I thought. So congratulations on that. All right. And then we have a couple more things. So Brian, you want to show this off and talk about this group? I'm sorry, Mr. Henson.
So, just wanted to talk about a special group that we have in the athletic department.
If you're here, come up.
Girls swim program will come up. As the athletic director, you always want your athletic programs to make sure that we're pushing the student athlete. This group mirrors just that. This group of girls, young ladies, were named academic state champions for the third year straight. This is the fifth year. This is the fourth year in 5 years.
Awesome.
At a GPA of a 3.921. Allison Bashford, Danica Beasley, McKenna Clark, Isabella DeKinder, Kennedy Eplin, Caitlin Holman, Ashley Wynn, Cameron Cooper, Caden Cooper, Kate Samuels, Andrea Velasquez, and Sophia Williams. I also wanted to share that on the athletic side, this group is comprised of the first state placers in girls swim in Yukon history. Cameron Cooper finished 5th in the 100 free. 8th place in the 100 fly. Our 200 freestyle relay finished 7th. That team was Cameron Cooper, McKenna Clark, Isabella DeKinder, and Caden Cooper. On top of that, they broke 11 school records. Wow.
Yeah. Well done. Well done. Okay, so this is another group that was scheduled to have been here we've had a couple of bad weather events, in case you guys haven't noticed. Well, they were supposed to be bad weather events and that didn't really materialize, but we wanted to keep people safe. So one of the other firsts that we've had in our district this year, where's Amy? Where's Amy Beams? Correct me if I'm wrong, if I say this incorrectly. We had the first state unified cheer champion, correct? So that's another state champion of the first this year. There's also another first of a state champion this year for Yukon, and that was our high school academic team. They were the first OSSAA state academic champion of Oklahoma this year as well. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, and they're doing some stuff. I don't know did they go to nationals yet, Mrs. Barlow? Where's Mrs. Barlow? I don't know if Mrs. Barlow is here or not. I don't think she's. Anyway, so those are a lot of things that our kids are doing. And I thought it was important to talk about our kids before we got to our retirees, so that you guys, whether you're, and Mr. Wesley, you want to come on up? Whether you are a retiring teacher, front office staff, transportation, whatever, it doesn't matter. But all of you have played a role in the success of these kids. And so I thought it was very, very important. Did I miss something? Oh, yeah. Oh, I got them too. Yeah. Winter Guard. I did. Oh, they're here. Are they? Come here, Carla. Did I not ask them to stand up? Yeah, come on. You guys go ahead and stand up and be recognized. Yeah. You just never know who's come up here and let's get your picture taken. I apologize. I don't know who's here and who's not. Mr. Wells corrected me because earlier I think I had it listed as color guard, and that's during the band marching, right? Marching. Yeah, Winter Guard is a separate entity. 13th place national. I did that. That was me. I was wrong. So we're going to further some of our success with our students, and Mr. Wetzel has some presentations
Hey,
to make.
Jason, could I say something for a minute, real quick? With our winter guard, before they were recognized today at the state capitol for their efforts at the
Oh, very nice. Very cool.
special deal.
Well, every year, the Yukon Professional Educators Association gives out Anton Yonda scholarships named after Anton Yonda, who was a civic leader, graduate of Yukon High, and school board leader. And we want to recognize some students, and I saw some of these names, and I remember them from the middle school and all the great things they did there. At least one person will not be able to be here tonight because she is working with Special Olympics. And so they do great things, both in the classroom and outside. And it's just our honor to be able to recognize these students. So I'd like to call up, if you're here, we have 5 students that'll be getting the scholarship this year. Phoenix Garner. Megan Luffelholz.
Once you get your certificate, we'll get your picture in front of the Y here, or wherever Mr.
Luke
Hine
Matthews.
takes them.
Alex Regier. And then Sydney Watson is the one that is not here, I believe, right? Okay, they've done some wonderful stuff. I've seen some of their pictures in the paper for sports and all. Just, we've got a lot of good graduates, but these are 5 that we're recognizing as they move on to college. Thank you.
Yeah, our pleasure. Okay. Lots of good there. Okay, so we are, in case you weren't able to come to the event, as it's called last week, was that last week? Or was that 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. Man, this is a busy time of year. The Teacher of the Year banquet, we put the crown on a new District Teacher of the Year. If you would like to stand up back there so we can formally recognize you, Miss Grant. Kim Grant, elementary. We are just absolutely thrilled to have her represent our district this year. And we expect you to do great things and represent them very well. Okay, now all that you that are retiring, see all the great things that you have done and put into these kids and the results that there is. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Okay, where's Miss Lepsak? Let's go. So, board, if you'd like to come and stand in front, we'll form a little line and they'll shake hands as they go through.
If our retirees will just come make a line right here, we're going to have you guys come through as we talk about you, honor you. Just come on up, don't be shy. We've got a great group this evening to honor that we're sad to see go, but happy to celebrate tonight. So we're going to start with Christy Stewart. So come on up. And so this just works. You come up, Dr. Simmeroff is going to hand you your apple, and then you'll shake hands with the board, and I'm going to talk about each of you. Christy is, can you hear me? Yes. I'm loud enough, y'all can hear me. Christy has dedicated 38 years to the field of education, with 16 of those years in Yukon. Christy has taught first grade and transitional first grade for Oklahoma City Public Schools, first grade for Newcastle, and finished up her career as a reading specialist for Yukon. A story that she tells, and she says it might not be my favorite memory, but this is the memory that meant the most to me. In September, my very first year at Yukon, my daughter was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. I returned to school the day after Courtney was diagnosed, and Mrs. Bradley came to my room to check on me. When I told her the results, she gave me a huge hug and prayed for my daughter. I can't even describe how special this gesture was. The title team was so supportive and encouraging, and the staff was extremely caring. Dr. Brunk was also extremely helpful during this difficult time. I knew then that I had made the correct career decision. I had found the perfect school because I had my dream job and was surrounded by a truly genuine staff and district. SheDeck is a wonderful school. In retirement, Christy plans to spend as much time as possible with her husband, children, and grandchildren. She says retirement is the end of a chapter of my life, but it's also going to offer an entirely new and exciting chapter with endless possibilities. And we wish you the absolute best. All right, next up, Renee Williamson. Come on down, Miss Williamson. This just blows your mind. Renee is retiring after 49 years of teaching, with 49 of those years being in Yukon. Yes, she has taught half-day and full-day kindergarten, full-day pre-K, and first grade. Renee has been a part of Yukon Public Schools since she was in the 5th grade. Being a proud Yukon grad, after graduating college, Renee returned to Yukon and did her student teaching at Ranchwood before being hired on full-time. A funny story, I did love this story, by the way. A former superintendent, Mr. Dean, used to visit classrooms, and it became a weekly event in my classroom. He would play learning games with the children. In the beginning, it would scare me when he walked in because he was the boss. He would make himself at home and visit with the children. One day, in the early days, when he came to visit, he went over to the home living center. The children were playing with dishes and having a good time, and he joined in. Later, very seriously, he walked over to the center that I was working at, and very calmly and seriously, he asked, "Mrs. Williamson, what have you been teaching these children?" I had no idea what he was talking about. At the home living center, I had some wine glasses that a parent had donated. The children asked Mr. Dean if he wanted some wine. I know my face must have turned 10 shades of red that day. I just love that story, and I am hoping your retirement is full of lots of wine opportunities. After retirement, Renee plans on enjoying the summer, then she hopes to find a different area to work with children, and you know you will always be welcome here. So thank you, Miss Williams. All right, next up, Chris Lee from Parkland Elementary. Chris is retiring from Parkland Elementary. She started her career in Yukon as a long-term sub for 5 years at the secondary level. She was not on contract because her dad was on the school board. Chris has served as a first grade teacher at Myers and Parkland. She then became a reading specialist, half day at Parkland and half day at Surrey Hills, then finally all-day reading specialist at Parkland. Thank you for your 44 years of service. Yeah, that deserves applause before I go on. Her favorite memory is when a parent approached me in the grocery store and told me she wanted to thank me for all I did to help her son learn to read and to love reading. He was a reader for life. This happened 10 years after I had him in class. Once retired, Chris will be working in the family business part-time and will be doing some volunteer work at Parkland. I knew Heather wouldn't let you go. So congratulations, Chris Lee. All right, come on down, Miss Susie. Come on down. Susie has to live on the same street as Dr. Simmeroff, so just feel bad for her just at that. Susie started her career as a part-time cafeteria monitor at Central. She then went on to become a classroom aide for various grades. She then moved to Myers as a pre-K aide, then as the Myers secretary. In 2010, she went back to Central as the school secretary and is finishing 31 years of service to Yukon Public Schools. Susie had so many memories, it was hard to choose one. One of the best memories was during one of our most trying times when we were out for COVID. Central was going to do a parade for all of our neighborhoods. Ooh, that takes you back. I led the parade in the South Country in my 250 red truck, and seeing the families see us coming up and down the streets with their signs lifted our spirits so much. In retirement, she will enjoy spending time with her grandkids, and Susie has already signed up to volunteer at Central and district-wide with Hearing and Vision, and that's why we love our Susie Red. This is just a stellar class. I'm going to not make it through the end of this. Bobby Boyd, come on up. Bobby is retired retiring after 36 years in education and 33 of those being in Yukon. He has my daughter. I blame her. She pushed him over. Okay, sorry. I'm getting back to my script. 36 years in education, in case you didn't catch that, and 33 of those in Yukon. Before coming to Yukon, Bobby taught 7th grade math, bless you, and Algebra 1, coached 8th grade boys and girls basketball, and 8th grade football and track at Western Heights. In Yukon, he has taught general math, Algebra 1, geometry, and Algebra 2, coached high school girls basketball, high school boys cross country, and girls tennis. Bobby's greatest memories are all the great students that he taught and the great teachers I worked with. Also, handing the diploma to his 2 daughters as they graduated was very special. When asked what he will do after retirement, he replied, nothing. And I won't. And don't call him before 10 a.m. because he's not starting anything until after 10 a.m. And we hope all of those wishes come true for you in retirement, Bobby. Thank you. All right, Jacqueline Horbath. Did I say that right? Horbath. See, I even wrote my notes here and I was really worried. I practiced it all day and I still butchered it. Okay, Jackie has taught all 25 years at Yukon Public Schools. She has taught kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade at Central Elementary, and 4th grade at Lakeview. Her favorite memory is, I remember when one little guy I had in kindergarten, he had 2 older brothers and was so excited one day when the light bulb came on and he figured out that he could read like his brothers. He started shouting, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. It's the excitement that young students have for learning that I loved about being in education. Since Jackie will have so much more time on her hands, she plans on spending more time with her grandchildren and her parents. What a blessing that you have all that's really rich to have your generations there. So good luck with your family and thank you for all you've done. All right, Lena Owens, come on down. All right, Lena's retiring after 11 years with Yukon. She's been a crosswalk monitor, parking lot, and a cafeteria monitor at Skyview Elementary, while also working at Independence in the after-school program. She is the go-to person for community ed to help fill in at other sites. Lena's favorite memory is the senior walk. She says, especially the last 4 years, since I know them all and they usually remember me. It's an honor to see them again and see how they've changed and grown as young adults. They have no idea how they have impacted my life. I've enjoyed every single moment with the students and staff. Lena has lots of plans after retirement. She plans on spending time with her grandchildren, spending some lake time with her best friend of 50 years, travel to see some NASCAR races with her husband. So finally, someone mentioned their spouse. Jim, if I get to yours, Lori better be in there. Okay, Lori, I'll add you. Okay, so thank you for mentioning his spouse. NASCAR races with her husband and check out parks and museums with my brother. Lena's also planning to continue part-time work at Skyview, and she plans to volunteer at the school in the future. So thank you. All right, we have a married couple. I'm going to explain this. All right, so here we go. We've got Bill and Doris Neely. Doris actually retired, but is re-retiring because she wasn't done when she retired the first time. So they're coming together because Bill is retiring. And so you only have one apple because Doris got an apple. So if she tries to get another one, she's just milking the district. So, okay.
They're solid gold.
They are solid gold. Yeah, take those to the pawn shop. Let me know. Sorry. Okay, sorry. All right, Bill Neely and Doris Neely, come on down. Bill has been a bus driver for Yukon for the last 15 years, and Doris has been a school bus driver for 45 years. 10 years, 10 years regular ed, and 35 years as a driver for special needs. Doris retired in 2015, but she came back to us and dedicated 9 more years. They have both enjoyed making friendships with the YPS staff over the years. They plan on traveling to new places and relaxing in between trips. Bill and Doris are really looking forward to not having to get up at 4:30 a.m. All right, thank you guys. I don't think any kids are getting to school next year, so good luck.
We have openings.
Oh, Jim just got rehired as a bus driver. Sign him up. All right, last but not least, we have Jim Fenrick. Come on down. Jim has been the CFO, treasurer of Yukon Public Schools for 44 and a half years. Yes. He has been associated with the district for over 50 years, as Jim was the district's auditor before he became an employee with YPS. With all his extra time, here it is, Lori, Jim plans to play hard and play often. He is also planning on taking extended road trips, but most of all, spending a lot of time with Lori, his kids, and grandkids. When asked about his favorite memory, Jim said, "While I have worked with hundreds of very fine people over the years, my favorite memory is of sharing this time with coworkers in the business office. They are the ones who are the dearest to me and have made this job so enjoyable. The extent of their dedication and dependability is immeasurable, and our friendship and love is forever." So guys, give a big round of applause.
I just want to say one thing that always stands out to me,
Mhm.
is no matter what the conversation, he says, is it the right thing for kids?
Yeah.
And so that's not a common CFO statement. It's not a common, it's just something that is so unique and so dear about what he's meant for this district and for the kids here. So that means a lot to me.
Yeah. All right, and in summation, again, guys, this was an amazing group of retirees, one that really cannot be replaced. This year's retirees, some were not able to be here this evening, but in total, they have dedicated 484 and a half years to the field of education. And what's really mind-blowing is 415 and a half of those have all been in Yukon.
All right. Back to you, Mr. President.
Give everybody time to kind of get together, get their picture, and then we'll continue.
Thank you, ladies.
All right. Dr. Simmeroff, you ready to continue the meeting?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Continue on. We'll be on agenda item 5, the board member communications and announcements. Start with individual board member comments. Start down with you, Ms. Cannon.
Well, thank you.
If you need to give people second count. No rush.
No rush, are you sure?
Maybe. Might need a couple minutes.
We're concluding another great school year this year, and I want to thank everybody who's had anything to do with anything. Our teachers that we celebrated tonight are so special because our school district is represented by our teachers more than anyone else. When somebody says, you know, what's your school district like to a child, they'll say, my teacher is so cool and we did blah, 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 blah. Or the high school students will say, you know, but, you know, and they may not say that, but they love their teachers. All of our students do. And we are so blessed to have such great teachers and our principals. And you are our district. You are the face of our district. So we cannot emphasize how important you guys are. And this 400 plus years of service is remarkable. So I just want to thank all of them and thank all of you for coming tonight.
Mr. Wells?
My, you was awful short.
I know, I left out the concerts and the conferences and all that stuff, so.
Well, I'll try to get through that. I do have several comments. First, I want to make a few comments about the kids that we recognized this evening. Most of what I have down has already been mentioned, but I did want to mention that I did want to wish all of our retirees long and fun retirement. I would give them some advice, but I'm not very good at it because I'm busier than I was when I was working. So the girls swim, academic swim team, if you've ever noticed in the high school gym, there is a board up there that shows the records for the different events. And I believe every one of those, and Coach mentioned that every one of them was broken this past year except for one. All new. Is that correct?
Correct.
I think there's one that's still to be broken. Academic state champions, just outstanding achievement. The jazz combo, of course, we already had recognized them, but I did get to go see them, and they are good. If you have not had a chance, which you probably won't get a chance now, but they performed outstanding. And then they had at their jazz concert here in Yukon, they performed again, and it was really great. And one thing I wanted to mention, sometimes our students get, I think, lumped in with some, when some kids get in trouble, some people try to paint a broad picture of all young people being like that. And we've got some outstanding kids in our school district. It's just unreal. And I wanted to tell this one story. The 6 members of the jazz band were asked to perform at a fundraiser. 5 of the 6 was able to said, yeah, that they could perform, and they needed a couple more people to help them. So they asked a young man from Moore to play the bass for them. And then Colton's Aunt Tina played the piano for them. And so they performed for one of the youth groups and made them some good money. And that just, of course, the kids love music and they'll play anytime. Probably you give them a chance, but that's the kind of kids they are. Winter Guard, we talked about them already. And I did get a chance to mention that they were recognized today at the state capitol. I think they were given a certificate for their achievement on the House floor. So it was quite an event for them. That was the comments I had about our kids that we recognized this evening. The one comment that I've got here, if I can get through it, last month we recognized Mr. Andrews for his long service to our kids. And if you remember, we announced that we were naming the new auditorium, the Darrell W. Andrews Auditorium. And unfortunately, since then, Mr. A has passed. I had the opportunity to work with him on Reality Check and then some other events. And he will be missed. The greatest loss to me will be our students that won't get to learn from him. What else did I have here? Jeff's not here to harass me, so I can go on and on. A lot of stuff going on. The Teacher of the Year event, it was the night of one of the concerts. I think it was the night of the, no, it wasn't the jazz concert. I think it was.
It was the Teacher of the Year.
What did I say?
I don't remember.
It was
But
the
it was
same
the
night.
Teacher of the Year because I went to that and to the concert.
Right, right. It was a teacher.
Yeah.
of the year.
Night. Yeah, but I don't ever miss that I had to go to that concert. And there was some other things that I missed that I usually try to attend. I think I had, skip down here, skip to the last thing I wanted to mention was the band had their awards and program and banquet this past Saturday night. And of course, the kids all had a good time. And I wanted to recognize the band boosters for putting together such a nice program for them, and the church, they really decorated up and it looked nice. And I want to especially thank the First Methodist Church for allowing them to use the facility. It's really hard this time of year to find facilities to hold 300 people. So and I think that concludes my comments. Sorry I took so long.
No problem. Mr. Coulson.
I have no comment.
I'll keep it short also. I actually wanna
Cody,
stay-
before you move on, can I say one more thing?
Yes, you may.
Okay. In naming off the Girl Scouts, I forgot to name one particular Girl Scout. Her name is Ella Schrader, and she just happens to be my granddaughter. And I can't believe I did that.
I noticed that.
I missed my granddaughter. Can you
That was your
believe
Christmas
that?
gift?
I've heard about it. So anyway, let's just add her in with the other 4 girls because they've done remarkable things. They have bright futures. All right, now I'm finished.
Okay, I think we'll go ahead and move on. We're going to upcoming meetings and events. Just a few notable things we have going on. Last day of school, May 22nd. Figured everybody like that, yeah. Graduation on May 24th.
Pray for no rain.
Yep. All right, let's move on to finance consent docket. Finance consent docket, we have encumbrances, treasurer's report, and child nutrition report, 6A through 6C. Anybody have any discussion?
Just a second. I think I had a couple of questions. Most of everything that I had was answered, but there was something I was a little unclear
Jason, you're
about.
on the hot seat now. Jim, he's already gone. He took off running. As soon as he got that up,
He's got a softball game. to
Yeah,
get to.
so-
He's out, yeah.
Yeah. Just trying to remember. Just one more second, then I'm gonna give up.
Was it on the encumbrances?
Yeah.
Is it one of the email questions you sent in or somebody sent in?
Oh, it was that, the one about the e-service of
The library?
yeah.
Mr. McDaniel. So Leonard, I can give you my synopsis, and if you need more details. So the E-rate, the school libraries thing, that doesn't really have anything to do with libraries.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
know.
under them, and it's an E-rate where we are reimbursed for basically for our fiber, for different types of communication that makes school possible. And there were 2 attachments, only one, and that's because there was only one of them was actually needed. It was when we copied things over, there's a version 1 and a version, and one of them's a 80%, right,
Yeah, that's
Mr.
my
McDaniel?
question. One said 60%.
Yeah, the
one said
60%, he added the 80%
Well,
one.
we are in we are in 6 right now. I believe this is listed as 7F. Does it matter that we're talking about this under our encumbrances?
It is.
Oh,
Yeah, it
you're
is a
right.
contract. It's not an encumbrance,
Yeah,
yes.
you're right.
So we can go back, we can get back.
We
to
can get
that,
back
Cody.
to it.
Thank you.
We can go ahead. Do I, any other
No.
things over 6A through 6C? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve 6A through 6C.
I move we approve items 6A through 6C.
Second.
Ms. Gannon.
Yes.
Mr. Colson.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Sanders.
Yes. All right, now moving on to 7. I believe what we want to discuss was 7F.
7F. So originally, we were just at a 60% reimbursement rate, and then we got up to an 80. And so he had already put in the 60, but then went ahead and added the 80. So we're better off than we
Yeah, that's
were.
good.
So, and that's just the annual E-rate application that we fill out. How was that, Mr. McDaniel?
Perfect.
Thank you.
Any other
Well, I mean, not perfect.
discussion? Anything else over 7A through 7I?
Not me.
Make a motion that we'll approve. No, sorry, I'll entertain a motion that we'll approve, please.
I'll make that motion to approve
Second.
7A through 7I.
Ms. Gannon.
Yes.
Mr. Colson.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Sanders.
Yes. Item 8, adjunct applications.
I move that, are we having discussion or,
We can make a motion.
okay. I move that we accept 8A through E.
We have a second?
A second.
Mrs. Gannon.
Yes.
Mr. Colson.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Sanders.
Yes. Moving on, new business. Do we have any new business?
No, sir, we do not.
Moving on to our personnel docket. Do we have any reason to go to executive session?
Since we've already, we discussed the intermediate principal, that is on the agenda. We have the orchestra teacher on the agenda, and this is the month for new hires. And so, rehires, not new hires. I apologize. No. You guys are okay. So it's an extensive list of 700-ish people. So it's all pretty straightforward this time of year. But
I'm good.
Okay.
I move that we do not meet in executive session.
A second.
Mrs. Gannon.
Yes.
Mr. Colson.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Sanders.
Yes. All right. We make a motion to accept. Entertain a motion to accept the personnel docket?
I move that we accept the consent docket? No, the personnel docket.
Yes. That'd be 10C.
I make a second.
Mrs. Gannon.
Yes.
Mr. Colson.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Sanders.
Yes. All right.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Oh, no, don't we have introductions to make?
Well, they're not here.
Oh.
But we have Mr. Ryan McLaughlin, the intermediate, Independence Intermediate Principal, and that's our new administrator.
What about our new orchestra
I
teacher?
know. McCrary. I didn't want to say it wrong. Megan McCrary will be joining us as our new orchestra director, really, I think is the official thing. And that program will kick off. Well, she needs to get started. We got things to do, Adam. We got things to do. So yeah, we're very excited about, we're already excited about next year. And we haven't finished this year, but next year looks to be a really, really, really positive move forward as well. So graduation. Woo! Kim Grant. Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. Have we already dismissed?
No, we have
Nope.
not.
I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Second?
Mrs. Cannon.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
Mr. Lowe.
Yes.
Mr. Sanders.
Yes.